What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is going to be the most fixed Super Bowl of all time the NFL wants you to forget. This is a TPS video. Go and check their channel out. The link will be in the description. But watch this one first because I have no clue which one we're going to talk about. The only thing I can think of which people could think was rigged, I'm not saying it is. My Super Bowl experience is very limited. But the only thing which I could think where fans would be that hurt to think that that could be rigged is the Super Bowl where the New England Patriots get that interception in the last minute and then end up going to win it. Tom Brady was about to lose it. The only reason I say people could hate that one is because a lot of people are against New England. From what I've seen, not everybody likes it. Not everybody likes Tom Brady. And obviously that was a last minute thing. Think which potentially should never have happened, like a oh my god I can't believe that happened thing. So maybe some people would have said that that is a fixed win. I don't know, I may be completely wrong. It may not be that one, but that's the only one I really know what it could be. Other than that, I'm going to learn something new if it's not on that one, and if it is on that one, we'll get some more details on it and I'll make my opinion. Now, hit that like button, I'd seriously appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this stuff. I'd really appreciate that, guys. And let me know your most rigged Super Bowl ever. If you don't agree with this one, it may be that situation, it may be not. And let me know if you agree with this one or not. Absolute legend. I'll let you know at the end whether I agree with it or not as well. Let's get straight into it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's see what the most rigged Super Bowl game was ever.
What's up, all you Quantum Maniacs? I'm Daquan Young, and today we present the most fixed Super Bowl of all time.
I'm ready.
Don't forget to subscribe to TPS and make sure you hit the bell and turn on our notifications to join
that here.
the notification squad. And don't forget to leave your video ideas down in the comment section below.
And here.
Look in and give me a shout out in the video if you use it. Now, match fixing is unfortunately a part of sports. FIFA recently had a major scandal on it. And don't forget about the Black Sox scandal. And no matter what teams tell you, we know a lot of them try to tank. It's as simple as that.
Oh yeah,
now,
definitely in basketball.
Never go away, and we just have to accept that fact. Now, the NFL has had its fair share of officiating controversies, but one particular event stands out from the rest, and that would be Super Bowl 40, played between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks in Detroit.
Okay. Well, it's not the one I thought it potentially could be. It's one I'm not sure about. Maybe I've seen it before and can't remember it. We'll see.
While many of us try to remember it as the Bus's perfect send-off as a champion in his hometown, it's too hard to forget that this game had so many officiating mistakes to the point where people to this day believe the fix was in.
Oh, wow.
The background. Nobody was surprised to see the Seattle Seahawks reach Super Bowl 40. They were led by MVP running back Shaun Alexander and quarterback Matt Hasselbeck. The Seahawks earned the top seed in the NFC with a 13-3 record. They took out the Washington Redskins in the divisional round before destroying the Carolina Panthers in the conference championship game.
Fair play.
By a score of 34-14.
Oh,
Now,
damn.
the same can't be said about the Pittsburgh Steelers, however. Nobody gave them much of a chance heading into the postseason. They nabbed the top wildcard spot and took down Carson Palmer and the AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals.
All I'm saying is whether you think it's rigged or not, this is why we love sport, isn't it? You can nab a wildcard spot. You can only just get in. And you can go on to win the thing. You know, you only need to win. Well, I say you only need to win, but you could have not won in a long time, but you get 3 or 4 good results together, boom. You win the whole thing. You know what I mean? I know it's not as simple as that. I know that. But it's the same in soccer. You could be having an awful season and then boom, 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 a couple of wins and you win a trophy in a cup or something like that. It's like, you just have to be good on them days. Some days you got to turn up, the important days. Not how many you win, it's which ones you win. And that's why we love sport.
Next up, the Indianapolis Colts, the top team in the AFC. Now, they were supposed to crush the Steelers in the divisional round, but Pittsburgh frustrated Peyton Manning and company all game long. Pittsburgh barely held on for a 21-18 victory, as Colts kicker Mike Vanderjagt missed a 46-yard field goal at the end of regulation.
Damn.
To Tom. And it's no good.
Oh, good, mate.
Not
Good.
even close, wide right.
Okay, but the run had to end a week later, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers visited Jake Plummer and the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. And the Broncos just hammered Tom Brady's New England Patriots in the divisional round. It was the first postseason defeat of TB12's legendary career. But the
Brady,
Steelers came into the Mile High City and pulled off a third unlikely road upset. They scored 21 points in the second quarter and never looked back, winning 34-17 en route to a Super Bowl 40 appearance. And as luck would have it, the city of Detroit was hosting Super Bowl 40, and Jerome Bettis was a Motor City native, so it was setting up nicely for him to retire as a champion in his own city.
Just a bit,
Little
yeah.
did everybody know that Super Bowl 40 was going to be remembered for all the wrong reasons. The build-up. As you know, any city that hosts a Super Bowl has to act neutral. You need to have an even amount of merchandise, signs, decorations, and such for every team. But Detroit made it no secret who they wanted to win. Days before the Super Bowl, then Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick gave Bettis a key to the city. He said it was Jerome Bettis week, not Super Bowl week.
I mean, I can understand it. You know what I mean? You got one of your own at the final. You're only the host. You technically can't affect the game. You're proud of him. You know what I mean? You're proud. You're like a proud father, but you're actually the town, you're not actually the father. Looking down at your son or potentially someone older than you because at the end of the day, it's not your father and it's everyone in that town going, you came out of here and you're in this final. We love it. I don't think that actually affects the game. It's just a town proud. I imagine the town of a quarterback on the other team would have been proud of them if it had been hosted in their state. It would have been the same. You know what I mean? I like it. I kind of like it.
So, on top of that, the state called February 1st Jerome Bettis Day, 4 days before the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Again, so much for being a neutral site for the Super Bowl. Dan Shaughnessy, a longtime sports writer for the Boston Globe, summarized the scene of the Motor City during Super Bowl week. There were RVs and Winnebagos with Pennsylvania license plates all over the streets of Motown as Steeler Nation turned Super Bowl XL into a private party of gold and black. It was suggested by broadcaster Al Michaels that 80% of fans in attendance were Steelers supporters.
Oh my God,
It
wow.
truly looked like the game was being played at Heinz Field. You might say that the terrible Towlers were a terrible problem for the Seahawks. They were pretty much playing an away game inside Ford Field.
Yep.
The Steelers looked like they had home field advantage, and it was setting up perfectly for Bettis to go out on top and for the Steelers to bring home Lombardi Trophy number 5.
Okay.
The only thing that could ruin such a great sporting event, well, controversy and bad officiating. And unfortunately,
Which is in all sports, by the way. In big games in all sports, it is. A lot of people don't like big decisions because sometimes they're a bit, I don't know, or sometimes they're wrong. But at the end of the day, human error's in there, which in American football, there shouldn't be as much human error because you have all your technology to review it. Not so much in soccer, but it's still a thing.
Saw plenty of it in this one. The game. The game was scoreless late in the first quarter, but the Seahawks drove into the red zone and were on the verge of getting that pivotal first touchdown. And they got it all right. Hasselbeck found Darrell Jackson in the end zone for a touchdown, but the officials penalized him for offensive pass interference. John Madden had a tough time understanding why Jackson was penalized.
Yeah, I didn't see
When
anything
you
wrong.
think of push-offs, that's not the kind you think about, really.
The Steelers' defense buckled down, and the Seahawks had to settle for a field goal.
Oh,
It was
wow.
a 4-point swing on a very, very bad call. Both defenses kept flexing their muscles, but the Steelers drove down to the Seahawks' 5-yard line. On a crucial 3rd and goal play, Ben Roethlisberger rolled out and dove for the end zone.
I think he got
officials
over.
ruled it a touchdown.
I think he did get
The
over.
officials reviewed the play, and if you take a closer look, it's hard to see when and where the ball crossed the goal line.
I mean, doesn't it have to just be in line with that white line? Please correct me in the comments, please, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I believe, in my understanding, the ball has to be over the edge of a white line. That's the start of the touchdown zone for me, the end zone. And that ball, some of that ball, does the whole ball have to be over? Because some of that ball is definitely over. Some of it. I don't know the actual rule, so please let me know in the comments. If it's all the ball, at the moment, unless he moves a bit forward, we'll see. It's not a touchdown, but if only a bit of a ball has to be over, it's a touchdown right now. Please let me know in the comments.
But of course, they upheld the touchdown rule.
Okay, I'm assuming the whole ball has to be over, because if not, you can clearly see.
When and where the ball crossed the goal line. But of course, they upheld the touchdown.
I don't think the whole ball crossed. So please correct me in the comments. if it is the case, only a little bit of a ball has to be over. I'm sorry. When it goes down, it looks like it isn't as much, but it's definitely over. On with you, I would have given that a touchdown if it only has to be over a little bit. But please let me know.
Touchdown rule. And with that, the Steelers led 7-3 thanks to some stingy defense, one horrible pass interference call against Seattle, and a questionable ruling on Big Ben's touchdown. But folks, this game was far from done, and the controversy was only going to get worse from here. Too bad, because you'd like to think that the officials would have learned from their mistakes and just let the guys play.
Yeah.
Willie Parker scored a 75-yard touchdown in the second half to put the
Go on,
Steelers
lad.
up 14-3. And Pittsburgh was looking to ice the game, and they were inside the Seattle 10-yard line.
Okay.
But Kelly Herndon came up with a huge interception and returned it all the way to the Steelers
Nice.
10-yard line.
Run it, man.
Moments
I
later,
love that.
Hasselbeck found Jeremy Stevens in the end zone for a touchdown. The score was 14-10, and momentum
Nice.
was finally on Seattle's side. The
What do you reckon the commentator, again, I'm not throwing any shade, but do you think it's a Seahawks fan and maybe a bit salty? Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. I'd just be interested to find out.
Seahawks got the ball back and trailing by 4 points with 12 and a half minutes to go, were driving deep into Pittsburgh territory. Hasselbeck found Stevens over the middle, and he was tackled just a yard short of the end zone.
Okay.
But hang on, the officials called a tacky holding penalty on Sean Locklear of the Seahawks.
Holding. Number 75 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And yes, this penalty call baffled John Madden once again.
Oh, I
Can
didn't
we
see
see it?
holding. I mean, you have to be able to jam up in there. Well, they always say that, you can call holding on any play.
I can't comment on that one. I'm not as experienced in the rules to be able to say whether that's holding or not. I would say probably not. It's a very, very soft one. So again, let me know in the comments. I think that is a very, very soft one and probably shouldn't be given. But you guys are the experts, not me.
But what we saw there, I did not see holding.
Hasselbeck was sacked on the next play, and on the next one, Joey Porter of the Steelers may have gotten away with the horse collar on Sean Alexander.
On the ground now, Alexander sprints to the outside, and Alexander gets collared at the 26-yard line
wow.
by Joey Porter.
I guess you can't do that.
But no call.
So instead of a penalty, which would have given Seattle a fresh set of downs, the Seahawks had a brutal 3rd and long to go. Hasselbeck was then picked off by Ike Taylor around the 5-yard line, and it was all downhill from there for Seattle.
Oh,
If you
damn.
thought Seattle wasn't unlucky enough during that sequence, Hasselbeck was penalized for a block below the waist following the interception.
Personal foul. Block below the waist. Number 8. Of the
That's a bit
passing
brutal.
15-yard penalty.
I feel a bit bad for him, to be honest. That is a bit brutal.
First down.
And once again, Michaels and Madden expressed their confusion with the penalty call.
We think it's a bad call. Again, if you cut a blocker low, that's a penalty. But that time, you made the tackle low.
I agree,
That's
I agree.
legal.
Pittsburgh received the ball just shy of midfield, and they put the game away with one of the most impressive trick plays in recent memory. Wide receiver Antoine Randall played quarterback and threw a 43-yard touchdown pass to Hines Ward to put the Steelers up by 11. Now, that was pretty
Damn.
much the ball game. The Steelers milked most of the clock, and the Seahawks were forced to use all their timeouts. They got the ball back with less than 2 minutes left, but in this instance, you couldn't really blame the officials. Seattle wasted too much time, and what they did on the second-to-last play of the game was mind-numbing. Rather than kick a field goal and cut the lead to 8 and attempt an onside kick, the Seahawks ran a short pass and couldn't get out of bounds, and they couldn't clock it
Unlucky.
on 4th down either. So, they tried a miracle heave to the end zone that fell incomplete. And with that, the ball game was over. The Steelers defeated the Seahawks 21-10. Bill Cowher finally had his first Super Bowl. Bettis was indeed going out as a champion, and they tied the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers for the most Lombardi trophies with 5. Good
Okay.
on the Steelers, and nobody should have tried to take away what they accomplished. But were they ever on the right side of every single garbage call by the officials?
We knew it was going to be tough going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't know we were going to have to play the guys in the striped shirts as well.
Oh, he called him out, man. I gotta respect it. If you believe it, you believe it. Again, I want to know what you guys think. There is some dodgy calls in there, but I don't know if it's enough to say it's definitely fixed. But damn, it's unlucky. We'll say unlucky.
When's the last time one team was the beneficiary of so much controversy in just one game? The aftermath. Well, this certainly wasn't what we had in mind. I'm sure everybody who watched this game can remember going into work or school the next day to complain about the officiating mistakes and possible rig job. You know the officiating was especially bad when Bill Levy himself admitted that he botched a ton of calls.
Oh, wow.
4 years after Super Bowl 40, Levy had this to say about the worst performance of his otherwise superb career as a referee. It was a tough thing for me. I kicked 2 calls in the 4th quarter and I impacted the game. And as an official, you never want to do that. It left me with a lot of sleepless nights, and I think about it constantly.
Wow.
I'll go to my grave wishing that I'd been better.
Exactly, human error. All I'm saying is, for people saying it's fixed, there is human error in there. He's made a mistake. He's obviously woken up on the wrong side of the bed, seen a few things differently, got in his own head potentially during the game. And it's messed up, and he regrets it. He seems like it's all legit, and he regrets it.
The Steelers suffered a Super Bowl hangover and missed the playoffs the following season.
Oh wow.
The Seahawks wound up winning the NFC West, but the Chicago Bears eliminated them in the divisional round. The following year, both teams won their respective divisions to get back into the postseason. However, the Seahawks were crushed by Brett Favre's Green Bay Packers in the divisional round, and that was pretty much their last chance to win in the Shaun Alexander, Matt Hasselbeck, Mike Holmgren era. Holmgren would step down as head coach of the Seahawks after the 2008 season. Hasselbeck left Seattle in the 11 offseason and spent the rest of his career as a backup. But the 2013 Seahawks, led by Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, and the Legion of Boom, would erase all the painful memories of Super Bowl 40 for the franchise by defeating the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48 and bringing home the organization's first Lombardi Trophy.
Fair play.
The Steelers would defeat the Arizona Cardinals in Super Bowl 43. They made it back to the big game 2 years later, but fell to the Green Bay Packers, and the Steelers kept falling short from then on out. It's been over a decade since the Super Bowl 40 debacle, and ever since that event, we haven't seen an NFL game nor a major North American sports championship game or series endure so much horrible officiating, to the point where people are still wondering if the game was rigged.
You talk about a game smelling of orchestration. That game stunk to high heaven. It left you feeling dirty by the time you turned it off.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but with every call going Pittsburgh's way, you can never be sure of anything. We'll never know the full truth, but we can only hope that we'll never see officiating this bad ever again. Do you think Super Bowl 40 was fixed?
Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think it was fixed? After you've got the evidence, I honestly think it was just a bad day at the office and bad officiating and very, very, very unlucky for one team. Let me know what you guys think. I really enjoyed this video. Hopefully we never have to experience refereeing like that again. But if it does, people will definitely think fix, and maybe some of you guys do. Like I said, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, you absolute legends, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.